Here we are talking TAO. Hope everyone out there is having a good time or an okay time in these somewhat tumultuous, seemingly tumultuous times. So here with Lex. Hi, Lex. Always nice to be with you.
Alexander, nice to be here. Nice to be here with everyone.
And so today we're talking about finding your true self, finding that inner space to help with emotions, transforming emotions at these times where many of us in Sydney, where the Must Shut Down Centre is, where we're stuck inside again, and that can be a pulpit of emotions and other things coming up. It can make us feel potentially cramped in. It can bring up issues around finances. If you run a small business, it can bring up a whole range of problems, or again, seeming problems in this physical world. But really what we want to show today and give everyone an experience of is how you can cultivate your inner space. You can connect with a space which is beyond the physical, but is actually affects the physical as well. But you can still connect in with your true self, as we've said, or your deeper nature, and that can affect your entire life. So Lex, what do you want to add to that?
Oh, my cat's arrived. Forgive me for the meowing in the background. She's just come down after her 20 hours sleep. Anyway, we'll continue. As soon as you said true self, you shared that aspect of our true self, and that just immediately just sort of activated just sort of a whole lot of sort of feelings in me. Okay, come say hi. There's nothing I can do. I'll just muzzle, introduce my partner.
Suki.
Yeah, let me get everything to come up. She's not too happy about that.
Hey, Sukes.
But that's okay. I can't feed you now, sweetheart. It's not good timing. We're live. Wonderful. So, I was speaking to Alexander before, and, I know in New South Wales we're going into, our third week of lockdown. I know last time we all connected, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I think we did a service practice. I think, Alexander, where it was sort of love, peace, harmony based, and how we can offer service to support each other. And then now seeing that we're in a third week, and we have the opportunity to speak to sort of a lot of people and hearing people, I know being a dad of 2 kids, they're going to be home next week. They're not going to be at sort of school, and what those implications are. Thankfully, Maddie and I work at home, or can, and have the capacity to do so. So we can sort of service that. But, we know there's, people who aren't in that position. They need to go to work. So it's like, what do we do? Those who've got work, it's great. Those who can't go to work because they're not essential work. And then those who need to go to work, what are they going to do with their children already being at home? And I guess also the children being in lockdown for 2 weeks, for holidays, how that impacts them. And then, also, a lot of them want to go back to see their kids and get back into a bit of routine, and that sort of can't happen as well. I guess it's coming back to what Alexander shared. It's this aspect, emotions can be quite high at this time. I know there's probably people connecting who are connecting who are outside of New South Wales, but I know, Victoria's gone through a lot of lockdown, Queensland as well, and other parts of the country. But it's this coming back to what Alexander shared, this aspect of true self. What is that? And that is, that is who we truly are. And how do we do that? How do we connect to that space? Because when we're in our emotions, whether it's worrying, worrying about getting COVID, isolation from not being able to see family, worry from finances, there's a lot of people who can't work. And as a result, there's no money coming in, and all these supplements from government are sort of stopped. So, there's a lot of emotions sort of around at the moment, people just trying to work out this world we're in, and, what can we do? So Alexander and I were talking about this aspect of, how can we empower? How can we help people today to deal with that? And that is, as Alexander said, coming back to this aspect of true self. And that is not living, you know, in the past or not living in the future, you know, this aspect of realities that don't exist, rather taking that breath and being present. Because, you know, whenever you're present, you know, everything's usually all right. You know, if I ask Alexander, I know Alexander's got things that he's working through at the moment, but Alexander, you're all right at the moment?
Yeah.
You had to think about it. But yes, he is. But, you know,
it was just a pause for effect.
Good effect.
No, but it's a good point, because
suspense and effect.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Finish your point. No, finish your point first.
Yeah, so it's you know, when we're present, we're actually all right, you know, unless something's full on happening at the moment. Generally speaking, we're all right, because I've got a lot coming on in my life at the moment on every level. But, you know, as soon as I become present, you know, I'm okay. You know, and I'm not worrying, I'm not thinking about what someone did last week. I'm not worrying about where's money going to come from in a year's time. Alexander, what did you share? What were you going to share there? I'm
yeah, no, it's good. I think what you're saying, Lex, is that what I'm getting is that we're all right because we have these practices, we have these techniques, and we have that time that we set aside to come back into our presence, into our inner space, and cultivate that. For me, I'd actually gone a few days before yesterday and I'd not done much practice, and I could really notice the difference. And yesterday I went to my bus and I have my little meditation space there, and I did my practice. And the first thing my girlfriend said when she came home, she looked at me and she said, "What's happened to you? Why are your eyes so sparkly?" I said, "Why are your eyes so sparkly?" I said, I went and did a practice. She goes, "Ah, okay." So it's
absolutely.
I think, you know, to understand, if you're in your emotions, that's normal. We all go through that. If you're stuck in your head and worrying and overthinking and all this sort of stuff, again, that's fine. That's normal, but it's not your true self.
Absolutely.
Your true self is what you find in that presence and what you cultivate in that practice. And I think that's what we want to give everyone a little bit of that taste of today. I know everyone has their own ways of doing that, but just sharing some of the powerful practice and techniques that we know through Master Shah's offering.
Absolutely, and that's our job. That's why Alexander and I have this show, is just to share a little bit of wisdom and then give a practice so one can apply that wisdom and ultimately bring about that little happiness, health, you know, and well-being. And that's what it's, you know, it's all about. You know, when I think, what is my true self? I'm in my true self when I'm present, I'm smiling, my heart's open, and everything I'm looking at, I'm just sending love. It's just like everyone I think about, love. I look around my home, I look outdoors, love, and it just comes again. That's it. My true self is, I'm here, I'm breathing, and my heart's open, and I'm feeling loving. And that's exactly where I'm feeling right now. Thankfully, I've managed to do a little practice before I managed to join, and my heart's open, I'm feeling grounded, I'm feeling present, I'm feeling good. I wasn't feeling so good when I woke up this morning, wasn't feeling so good last night when I got home at about 11 p.m. after an epic day. I wasn't feeling so good, but bang, we do the practice and that's it. So that's what we're going to do. You know, there's just one other thing I wanted to share before we jumped into the practice, a little bit of Tao wisdom, because this is what it's sort of all about. It's important that we understand how interconnected and interrelated our physical body is with our emotions. I used to think I could just get angry, and it doesn't matter who copped it. I said, bad luck. I'm angry. You're going to cop it. And then eventually my heart opens again, and then I'm all good. And then I'm wondering why people are upset with me. Because when you're upset, you got angry at me. So this is something, you know, I also, you know, experienced with my father as well, as a father, and just how things sort of happen. It's like, you got angry, you got really upset at me, and now all of a sudden it's all good times. You're good. But I said, what about the damage that you've done? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, but I'm sure we all have this example. My point being is, we have to understand, you know, there's Many of you probably heard about traditional Chinese medicine, and then one of the significant teachings and practices of traditional Chinese medicine is a universal law of 5 elements: wood, earth, fire, metal, and water. So just for one example, with the wood element, we've got the liver and the gallbladder, and we've got the unbalanced emotion of anger. So we understand, people who drink a lot can have a disposition towards anger. And we know that there's liver disease connected with alcoholism as well. It also affects the eyes, our eyesight as well. So I just wanted to share, because this gave me a lot of motivation when I heard this wisdom, because, I get emotional like everyone as well, but I didn't understand the ramifications of being emotional, apart from just not feeling good and upsetting people, which is a no-brainer. But we need to understand that if, for example, the wood element, if one is angry a lot, we are affecting our liver, our gallbladder, and our eyesight. So when I heard this aspect of 5 elements and how all the internal organs and all parts of the body are connected to an emotional body, connected to an element, it helped me to be more motivated to transform my emotions, whether it's anger and worry. Even with my teeth, that's a good example recently, because I've been worrying a little bit recently, and then I had some issues with my teeth. And that's the earth element connected to worry. And I acknowledged that because I had to see the dentist, had some work done, but I knew I was worrying more as a result.
We both had that.
We both
went to the dentist at exactly the same time without realizing it. I haven't been to the dentist in like 3 years.
Absolutely. What's the message? I had a bigger issue than Alexander, which was good at the other day, but we had a good laugh and we knew that. So I just share that. There's so much more we can go. We're not going to go there, but I just share that to, again, just show this interconnected, interrelated aspect of everything, how the physical and the emotional can affect us. But let's jump into a practice.
Yeah, that's super powerful, Lex. Realizing that the meditation, the balancing of the emotions is actually affecting your physical life. It's Absolutely. Actually being balanced. And we understand that again with the Shen Qi Jing, with understanding Master Sha's teaching, but I hope everyone gets an experience of that.
Absolutely. And it's the other way. It's the other way as well. If you had a weak liver, if you had a weak heart, you're also affecting, you can be more, you can experience more of your unbalanced emotions. So it's very, very interesting, massive teaching on its own. Again, it just shows, how everything is related and interconnected. So now let's find that true self. So I know everyone, I'm sure everyone's is a little, going through some form of emotion here and there. So close your eyes. We're just going to do a very basic practice which can help us to just come into our true nature and true self during our day. So I'm going to keep it very simple, because this is something you can do when you're driving. This can be something you do when you're washing up at the sink, or it's just something you can just do when you just fully stop and take the time. So I invite everyone just to place one hand over your heart chakra, which is behind your sternum. We talk about the message center, but it is the same. Heart chakra, message center, it's the same space. We're talking our spiritual heart. Beautiful. Julie just shared there. Practice is everything. Absolutely. Practice. We do the practice to bring the light. If you don't do the practice, how are you bringing the frequency and the light? Okay, so this is absolutely critical. You've got to understand the wisdom, you've got to understand the why, but then you've got to do the work. If you don't do the work, don't expect anything. Okay, it's critical. Thank you, Julia. Nice reinforcement there. So one hand over your sternum, over your heart chakra, one hand on your lower abdomen, closing your eyes. Now, the heart chakra is the emotional center of our body. So whether it's depression, anxiety, whether it's anger, worry, whether it's fear, whether it's grief or sadness, we can just focus and bring light to that energy center in our body and ask to balance our emotions. That's as simple as we do. And we just do some chanting. It is as simple as that. It can bring us back into the moment, connect us to the light, connect us to the love, ground us, and as Alexander shared, bring us back to our true self. Very simple, very profound, phenomenally powerful. So everyone close your eyes, take a breath. Breathe into your heart chakra. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath in. Beautiful. Exhale. Now we're going to say hello. This is the soul power. I'm going to keep it really simple. Let's connect with our heart chakra. Repeating after me. Dear my heart chakra, I give love. I love you. You are my emotional center. Please heal and balance my emotions. I'm deeply grateful. Thank you. Perfect. We've connected with our message center. We've given love and we've empowered our message center, the inner soul that is our heart chakra. Now let's call on heaven. Dear the creator, love you, honor you, and appreciate you. Please bless my heart chakra. Please balance my emotions. And dear the mantra of greatest love, unconditional love, please bless my heart chakra. Please balance my emotions. Beautiful. We're all ready to go. Now you're just going to visualize beautiful light filling your heart chakra and emanating out from that space. The heart chakra is a fist-sized energy center there behind the sternum. That space is becoming beautiful and bright and radiating outwards. I'm just going to chant just for a few minutes. Greatest love. Visualizing light. Deep breath in. Greatest love. 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 Visualizing beautiful light, feeling your heart chakra radiating outwards. You can just now chant silently. I'll continue to chant softly. You can just continue to chant. Greatest love. Greatest love. Greatest love. Greatest love. I am greatest love. You are greatest love. We are greatest love. Greatest love. Greatest love. Greatest love. Greatest love. Greatest love. I'm going to offer everyone a blessing for your heart chakra to balance your emotions. For all of you, whether you're watching the replay or whether you're live, everyone's going to receive a blessing to balance their emotions in their heart chakra. So blessings start. You just continue to chant greatest love softly, visualizing the light coming to your heart chakra, your message center. Just visualizing the light pouring into your body, into your heart chakra, just filling it full of light and just feeling nourished and present and peaceful and still and grounded. How beautiful. So taking a deep breath in. Inhale and exhale. Just check in, seeing how you're feeling. Whatever your experience is perfect, whether you perceive it as a positive or a negative experience. Sometimes it can hurt a little. Sometimes we can have some tears because we can be letting go. Sometimes there's pain. Sometimes we don't feel anything. It's all good. It's just good to always check in, just observe how you're feeling and go from there. Wonderful. One more deep breath in. And opening your eyes, coming back to the space. So this is how it's simple. It's like 2-3 minutes. That's it. You know, driving to work. Dear my message center. Dear my heart chakra. Love you. Please balance my emotions. Dear the Creator. Please bless my balance emotions. I'm so grateful. Chant. That's it, and then we're done. It's as simple as that. It's so powerful. So powerful. How are you feeling, Alexander?
Feeling good, mate. Feeling very good. My a bit of tension was there actually in my sort of spleen heart area, and now that's cleared a lot. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling more peaceful. And yeah, I love what you're sharing around, you know, it actually popped into my consciousness as we were doing that, this concept of the chanting and the power of the chanting of the greatest love. I know for us, we live the practice of chanting all the time, because saying greatest love all the time, you're constantly putting that energy into the field. You're bringing that energy into the field and into wherever you go. And all of our true natures are the greatest love and have the greatest love. So that's what I would recommend for people. Absolutely. After this session, continue, practice it. And I understand for people, I know when I first heard about chanting mantras, I'm like, all the time, like I'm supposed to be chanting greatest love all the time. What about when I'm listening to music? Because I love music. I was like, what? I'm supposed to be chanting greatest love, then I can't hear the music. But what you actually start to experience is it's an energetic thing. It's like your quantum field starts to permeate with the greatest love, and you'll find your emotions are different. You'll find your responses are different, and you'll become closer to that nature within yourself that responds from the greatest love. And so yeah, you may even be finding after chanting the greatest love, like often when I do a practice organically, it's already that chant is already in my heart, and I can continue that throughout the day much easier because I'm in that field. So I would encourage people to continue, try it out, continue saying greatest love or chanting greatest love, and you'll and seeing how that affects you through the day, just quietly, just to yourself, but not out loud, just and from your heart. Absolutely. Just let it continue.
Yeah, Alexander just touched on a beautiful point there, and this is what we'd want for everyone, basically because of our experience. This aspect of chanting, I was the same as Alexander. I came from background of doing Vipassana for 10 years. So chanting was I sung prayers at school and Catholic schools and stuff like that. But chanting was something unfamiliar with me. But we chant because we're connecting to a high frequency message, and you're bringing that high frequency. And that is just raising our frequency of whatever we're working with. Today's the unbalanced emotions. If you went away, and you just tried this aspect of, you could chant love, you could chant unconditional forgiveness. There's many mantras out there that have high frequency and vibration. That's what a mantra is, high frequency and vibration. We all can resonate with different things. But when you just talk of a high frequency, very high frequency words, and you use those words, even it's just love, light, 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 or love, 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 or forgiveness, forgiveness, you'll notice the difference. You'll absolutely notice the difference from just this aspect of just chanting. I chant when I drive. I chant when I'm mowing. I just do that because it settles my mind. Otherwise, I'm thinking about what someone said to me 5 years ago and how I feel about it. And I just go, that's ridiculous. I've done that about 1,000 times. I'm sure we all have that where we've thought about something about 1,000 times, process it, process it, process it, process it. It just stops all that mind chatter, makes us present, brings the light. Beautiful.
It's a great experiment. Like even now, for a moment, I went back into my mind, and then I started chanting greatest love quietly, and then I started listening to you more. Actually, it sounds like a bit of a paradox, but chanting will actually bring you more present.
Absolutely.
And it'll keep you from going into the well of your mind, or like into your emotions. You'll actually stay more present. That it becomes like a grounding force.
That's it. These are the tools. These are the tools that we're sharing with you. These are the means to bring back that balance, to bring healing and transformation. And that's why we're here is to share this wisdom, and then the practice. The practice is key. Wonderful, wonderful. Beautiful. So there's been some nice sharing there as well. I saw that. I missed the sharing from Judy there that came up, but I saw love hearts and good things, which was good, and Julie as well. So wonderful. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. My heart lit up, released so much heat through my whole body, feeling very open. Yeah, look at that for a 4-minute practice. For a 4-minute practice, that's it's priceless. It's priceless. It's such an honor to share it. So wonderful to be with everyone. So wonderful to be with you here again, Alexander. And my heart's feeling good. I'm smiling. So lovely to be with everyone. Please share this to, any friends, loved ones. We're in the game of empowerment, giving people the tools and the means to bring that happiness, so please share, please empower someone, please reach out, please serve someone. Thank you. Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you, Lex. Yeah, so if you're new to any of this, we encourage you follow the Master Shah Tao Centre Sydney Facebook page. Get on there. We run introductory classes each week, and a number of live webinars that go deeper into some of this wisdom. Today was a simple but very powerful introduction to some of that, but Lex touched on the 5 elements and just sort of very lightly scratched the surface of that wisdom. There is a lot of wisdom, a lot of practice, and many, many tools of empowerment available that I know all the master teachers, Lex, his beautiful wife, Madeline, Carol, Merva, and more around Australia are really, really powerful, are really, really passionate about empowering people with. So feel free to follow us, get to know us more, join any of those introduction sessions, and we all look forward to serving you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Lex, and we'll see everybody again next week.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, everyone. Love you, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Take care.